Hello, friends.
Hello, I'm here. I actually have a book for you.
Oh, yeah?
It's one you mentioned a while ago. I don't know if you actually want it.
What is it?
It's Zodiac Academy.
I can read the title. Thank you. What is it?
You mentioned it as one of your... I have no idea what it is. You mentioned it as one of the books that you wanted like 6 months ago when I reserved it from the library.
Oh.
And it finally came in.
Okay.
I just thought I'd gift that to you.
Well, thanks.
Today's plan is to go book shopping.
No.
I know. It's pretty crazy.
Is that why we're at the bookstore?
We're literally right outside the bookstore. The employees can see us.
Yeah.
We'll be in there in a second. We need an update on your reading, and then my friends want to interrogate you about your reading year.
Oh, dear.
Okay, updates from last time. What the heck did you purchase? Oh, you got Red Rising.
Red Rising, yes. Red Riding. No. Different
And a sequel to a fantasy book that you read.
Red Riding, I enjoyed.
Rising.
Yep.
She's nervous in front of the camera.
Oh, so nervous.
That was actually one of the
I
questions.
just hit my words.
It was one of the questions that people asked. They were like, did your mom always feel comfortable in front of the camera, or did you have to convince her? And I was like, I don't know. I just put the camera up and I said, dance, monkey.
Pretty much.
That is a series that everyone says sequels are better than the first book.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So that'd be exciting to watch you.
It was kind of like, I have not personally read Lord of the Flies. Oh. Shocking, I know.
I love Lord of the Flies.
I know you do. And I've heard you talking about it. I've heard other people talking about it. So I understand the gist. So Red Rising, I think, is kind of like...
Lord of the Flies in space?
No, it's not in space.
Oh, Red Rising's not in space?
Well, it doesn't read like it's in space.
Oh.
I mean, he grows up on Mars, but there's no, like, spaceships and stuff.
Okay.
It's just the planet they live on.
So it's like Lord of the Flies in the way that a bunch of characters are left to their own devices and kill each other?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. You rated it?
A 4 or 5.
It doesn't sound like it's a 5. I feel like when you read a 5-star, you're like, oh my god, the best book of all time.
I really liked it.
Okay.
So if I gave it a 5, it probably was a 4.5.
Maybe it's one of
If
those
that makes any
series
sense.
that you'll give it the series a 5 by the end.
Maybe.
And then what about the gods?
This has not been as long an interval between.
Correct.
I have not had as much time to read.
Yeah.
So I am still in the process of reading The Things Gods Break.
Okay, my bad.
I'm almost done with it.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, it was only a couple weeks because I wanted to make sure I put this up before Christmas. Right. That brings your total to like 30 something. You're going to hit 35 by the end of the year. Right. Is this the most amount of reading you have done in quite a while?
In quite a while, yes.
But when I was a kid, like, maybe you didn't read, I don't know, maybe you weren't getting through a ton, but you were reading every day. And perhaps you were reading such big books too that you weren't getting through as many. But I remember you reading every day of my childhood.
I was also very into series. Like, the more books in a series, the more I liked it.
Yeah.
Like, there was one in particular, there was 7 books in the series. And we were buying secondhand books at the time. So I would scour all the secondhand books trying to find the next book in the series to get all of them. Right? Yeah.
So it probably also looked to me like you were reading the same book for a long time.
Maybe.
When it was actually a series.
Could be. Yeah.
Here's my interrogation questions.
Oh, all right.
The best book of the year that you read. Do you want to see your little picture so you can look at all of them, or do you have your answers locked and loaded?
The visual prompts would be helpful. The best book of this year, I would have to say, was Anyone.
Oh, yeah. Because that was like a twisty or mind-blowing one, and it really did it for you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's good because, like, that was a recommendation. And that feels good when you didn't pick something for yourself. Like, someone was, you were convinced to read something via a review, and it actually panned out.
Yeah.
Best sequel of the year. You read the Fourth Wing series. 3 Shattered Souls, Royal Assassin. Maybe that's it.
Yeah, I need to finish that one.
Maybe my question is, what series are you most actively enjoying? Like, what are you most looking forward to continuing?
The Imperium. But I don't
What's
know. Yeah, the fourth wing.
Oh, okay. But you don't know when the fourth one's coming out?
Yeah, it hasn't been announced.
Oh, okay. What's your worst book of the year? I'm sorry, I'm looking out for the parking guy because I just realized I didn't pay for parking.
Yet.
Okay. Worst book you read. The thing about her is she's going to DNF. Like, she's not going to continue in a book if she's going to hate it. So I don't think anything here is, like, under a 3.
No. Of the ones, the library at Mount Blanc, I think.
Oh, Mount Char.
Mount Char, yes.
Hey, that's one we have in common then.
Oh, there you go.
Didn't vibe with it. Biggest surprise. So one you didn't think you'd love and it ended up going better.
I don't pick up something that I don't think I would like.
That's true. Unless I force you into things. Like, I kind of made you read Lights Out.
Okay, that was a surprise. How much we both enjoyed that one.
Let's not talk about that anymore. Author you got introduced to that you want to read more.
Does it have to be this year? Or just recently?
This is about your reading wrap-up for 2025.
This year. I have gotten attached to authors in the past and read everything I could find by them. I don't feel that way about any particular author right now.
Okay, I think you're allowed to tell us something not related to this year then. Because obviously you have an answer. Who are you excited about?
I would like to read more of E. Schwab.
Oh, okay.
I really enjoy that author.
That was last year that you read the trilogy.
Yes.
Most anticipated book for next year is the V.E. Schwab Writing a Mystery.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you learned anything about your reading this year? That's such an interesting question.
No.
Pretty much the same. Where has been your favorite place to shop? Indigo, Mosaic, Ted's, the library book sale, Kayla's bookshelf. Where's your favorite place to go?
Not the library book sale.
It's just too stressful.
And you had to dig through boxes. I didn't enjoy that.
Okay.
Not the used bookstore because it's hard when you're looking for something specific.
Yeah.
Right?
That's the only shopping trip we took that you left without a book this year. You didn't buy anything that day.
I still had somebody to read, I think. Yeah.
And we were scouring the shelves for me.
Yeah. I like Mosaic, but I like your shelves too.
Maybe our first episode will just be at my house.
There you go.
Which book that you read this year would you most broadly recommend? You had to say one of the books that I read this year I feel like comfortable recommending to anyone.
Aftertaste.
Aftertaste, okay.
Yeah.
When you mentioned that, so many people in the comments were like, oh, that's on my radar. I've been wanting to read it. And then you liked it, so.
Yeah, and I don't think it's too polarizing. Like some of the ones that we like would be very either love it or hate it, right?
Right.
But I feel like Aftertaste would appeal to the broadest range of readers.
That might be one of the more general fiction ones that you read too. Like it is speculative, but it's also just about life.
Yeah.
Are you looking out for anything? There's a lady with a beautiful blanket in front of us.
Yeah.
She's having a hard time. I'm gonna let her walk past so she's not in the video. What are you looking out for today? Are you gonna pick up the next Red Rising book?
I would like that. Yes. Or I'm looking forward to Joe Hill's new one.
Oh yeah. I don't remember what it's
King
called.
Sorrow.
Oh, good job.
Yeah.
So the buzzword challenges are alliteration in the title.
Okay.
Which I already have that planned at home.
Okay.
So the cover challenge I'm looking for is monochromatic.
Okay.
This one's on my Christmas list.
Is it?
I think Rob might have got it for me already. It's like Wordle, but in a book. Look at all the Christmas books. Do you want one of those? Do you see these new Stephen King covers? There's one Pet Cemetery that's really cute. And Christine, look. It's like distressed. I love that one.
Oh yeah. I think that was one of the few that creeped me out.
Pet Cemetery?
Yeah.
Yeah, same. That's in my list of like some of the only horror books that have ever scared me.
Yeah.
You know what it is? One color. I already own this.
Do you?
I forgot about it. Wait, I think I just picked my book that easily. Yeah, that's that terrible man.
Necronomicon.
Oh,
it's Lovecraft. Yeah.
we hate him.
Yeah, we don't like him.
Oh, I just bought this too. This is also just one color. Hey, your book's one color too. Wait, which one's next? There's 4 more? Or 3 more?
There's 2 trilogies.
Oh, are they done? Ooh, Humwood though. I own that too. I went from thinking I had no options to having far too many. We're back! Show us your books.
Total surprise.
We never saw this coming.
Golden Sun.
What's it like to make a plan and then do it and you just did it?
Feels like this.
Like, I walked in and bought 2 things that I wasn't planning on and don't fit the challenge. We have 50 Ways to Protect Bookstores, which is a spinoff to How to Resist Amazon and Why. And then the correspondent, because we both want to read it.
Yeah.
And maybe you've already seen me read it in the Goodreads video. I don't know. I don't know. The timelines are a little...
Oh.
I don't know when I'm posting this.
And then the other one that I was
thick.
looking for. Look at this. It's huge.
And it's signed.
It is.
So excited. What have you read from him before? Nosferatu, is that him?
Yes, Nosferatu and...
Horns?
Yes.
I don't know if you'll finish all of these by the next vlog, though. Because you also have The Will of the Many to try.
Yes. We'll get to
So-
that. I'm almost on the second... Yeah, almost there.
Yeah, so I don't know if we'll get reviews for all of these. No pressure. But this is the last time we're going to see you in 2025. Oh my God, say goodbye to everyone. You're leaving.
Until next year. Goodbye until next year.
So I'm going to figure out the monochromatic cover in a minute. I have 2 really solid ideas, and I might just start both and see what appeals to me. But I know for sure what I'm doing for alliteration, and that is the I on Impossible Imposter by Veronica. It's not by Veronica Speedwell. It feels like it's by Veronica Speedwell. It's by Deanna Rayburn, and you are reading Veronica Speedwell's writing, her history of life, and she's explaining all of the trials that go on, and every single book focuses on a different mystery. A lot of times that mystery has to do with death. In this one, somebody from Veronica's past, who everyone thought was dead, has arrived, who has said like, oh, actually, I'm this man and I'm back from the dead, and people don't know for sure if it's him. So they're asking Veronica to come, I have a box to open, and kind of prove this man's identity. And at the same time, there's a character who Veronica could have like a really good influence on, because her and Stoker, the main characters, this is book number 7, I think. Yeah, 7, are like natural historians, and she's really into butterflies, and she has this great science-y background, and she positively influences a lot of other female people who have scholarly potential. And so as she's at this manor with Stoker and trying to figure out things about this man, there's also this young woman who is being kind of pushed down by her family and controlled, when in reality she would make for a really good woman of science. So there's a couple different things going on at the same time in the book, and I think I'm a quarter of the way in, and I find it interesting. Roxanne Gay asked if they could send me a package, and I said yes. And the last thing I need right now is more books to read before the end of the year, because I have so many on my TBR. But I do have about 5 spots open after this video and my Christmassy video when I'm going to read some holiday books. I still have like 5 more books to have a perfect even amount to make like the perfect graphic at the end of the year. You know, it's very important to me. And also I have enough days to read like 5 more books. So maybe one of these. Ooh, there's 4 things in here. Race book. This is one I've heard of. I think I just added this to my TBR. No, yeah, I did. Maybe that's why they messaged me. It's an original memoir in essays that interrogates how the relationship between race and the internet has evolved over 3 decades online. Is this a pretty new one? Okay, yeah, October 2025. This is Hitcha is a scary looking little dog. Then the answer is in the wounds I've never heard of. Trauma, Rage, and Alchemy. Lastly, Ravishing. There are so many books lately that are about the beauty industry, and it totally makes sense with the obsession with like skincare and procedures and Botox and all of the things. And this looks like another one of those. I haven't heard of it, so it makes me think it's probably not in the horror realm. It's more in like a dystopian sci-fi sense. 2 Indian American siblings caught in the clutches of a beauty tech company. Are these candies? I love when there's a treat in a merch box. How nice was that? I am going to blow through this tonight. This is definitely a one-day read. It is another cozy night in my Christmassy blankie, and I can't be bothered to set up my tripod to give you an update. I'm approaching the end of Veronica Speedwell, book number 7. It's all going fine. I do like when people from Veronica and Stoker's pasts come into the story. I think it adds some like drama kind of between them. Never too much drama. Like you never really question them caring for each other, and especially when anything does go down, they're very communicative, and they're very much like,
I understand why you didn't tell me that. I wouldn't have told you either. Like, I understand why you don't trust me. I understand why you think this of me. They're very thoughtful of one another, and I love that for them. But I do miss a little bit of like the, first couple books when they didn't really like each other or didn't know they liked each other, were very resistant. I'm always looking for more tension and yearning. And what I will say about this is it adds a little bit to it. Like, because there's people who come from their pasts into this story, it adds a little bit back to the will they, won't they of it all. Like, we obviously know they will in the long run, and they are, and they do, but a wrench gets thrown into their plans once in a while. And so that's like kind of fun. But the mystery of this one is definitely not doing it for me. The actual plot of this one, all of the side characters, I could not care very much less for them. And I think this is like the second lowest rated Veronica Speedwell. And I'm starting to think I might actually give this under a 4. I've given all the books a 4. This one just isn't doing it for me. I just don't think there's that much that's interesting about it. I'm just finishing it to finish it. And I know that the next couple books in the series are going to be really good because people talk about how they're really good. I did indeed finish The Impossible Imposter last night. I'll put it right here so I can finish getting ready. I started trying to film when I just had my natural glow enhancer illuminizer on, and I looked like the literal sun. My glow enhancer was really working overtime. Here I am looking a little more normal. Isn't it interesting how 15 years ago we needed to be matte? Like, everything, we had to look dry. We had to look like cake. And now, not only, like, I don't want to look a little dewy. I want to look wet. I want to look damp. Speaking of damp, I dropped my beauty blender in the toilet. Yeah, I did. So now I'm just using this little one all over my entire face. And I guess it's okay. I scrubbed it. My toilet was clean, and I was in the sink, like squeezing it out, filling it with soap, squeezing it out, and scrubbing it and trying to do everything. After like 20 minutes of doing that, feeling like fucking Lady Macbeth, I had to give up because I knew every time I used it after that, I would just think about the fact that that beauty blender has been in the toilet. But I guess I have something to put on my Christmas list now. Oh, and if you didn't see before, this book is hiding a giant pile of laundry that I've just been refusing to put away, to hang up, to fold. So I'm going to do that today. So that means I must pick an audiobook next. But for An Impossible Imposter, I'm giving it a 3.75. It is in fact my least favorite, but it didn't do anything wrong. I just don't really have anything to say about it. And it kind of sucks if this is like your first time here. Oh God, if this is your very first video of me, that's kind of terrifying. But it's really at a disservice to you because I'm not telling you anything about the entire series. Because I feel like for the people who watch every single one of these, I would just be reiterating the exact same thing that I like about the series. I'm still waiting for one to get a 5-star. I don't know if it'll happen, but I did just post the Buzzword Reading Challenge prompts for 2026. And the next two, how crazy, just magically fit into the prompts perfectly. This one I'm going to be reading in January. It's internal body parts. So we've got bones, a skull, and then for February, what did I do for February? Let me look at this cover. Oh, silhouette. I think I just did silhouette. So that's on all the Veronica Speedwell covers. And then in March, I will be reading the latest, the 2026 one, A Ghastly Catastrophe maybe, and they're dancing on the cover, and the prompt that month is action and movement. So it's just so crazy how it all perfectly worked out. And I just have hope because those ones are really highly rated that I will also very highly rate them. There just wasn't a ton going on in the plot, but I do love how they're written. And this one, there were a couple moments that really reminded you that you're reading like Veronica's journal, because she'll say things like, 1 second, Stoker is peering over my shoulder. I wanted to correct the thing that I said. So blah, 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 blah. I will always find that to be a really charming portion of the books. And then she also got herself in trouble, as always. This time she got stuck in quicksand, so that was fun. Fun for me, not fun for her. And at this point, Veronica and Stoker are doing a lot of curation for this museum. So they're going various places and they're working with people who have collections of things. Like, you get to see Stoker's passion for this unique Siberian tiger that's been stuffed. Did I say Siberian tiger? I meant Tasmanian tiger. And it's fun getting to hear their passion for things and encountering all these various people. I think what I want in the books, my perfect Veronica Speedwell, is the one that like leads to an event, and then we get to have obviously like the fun back and forth with her and Stoker. Of course, there's always a threat and one of them needs to be saved, and that's always really fun. But this particular plot, I just don't think was like the most inspired, I guess. Like, sometimes we say the series have middle book syndrome, and this isn't necessarily that because each book stands alone and has its own mystery contained within it. And also, who knows if we're in the middle of the series, but it just kind of felt like we were going through the motions, and this book like had to be written rather than it having a lot of passion behind it. I don't know. So I am excited to continue in 2026. I'm going to be reading 3 more Veronica Speedwells next year, and I have not lost the passion for the series. I have very high hopes for what's to come. But I need to curl a couple pieces of hair, and then we can decide today's read. The update on my pile of laundry is I haven't touched it. Well, I did. I did touch it because instead of hanging something up, I put it on my body. Now I have one last thing to fold. There are clearly 2 correct answers on my shelf. These 2, because I've read from these authors before. I've given them both 5 stars, and I want to read both of them. I bought them both this year. They're brand new releases, etc., etc., etc. I don't know what the right choice is. I want to have read this. I want to know if I'm gonna love this. I want to know if Neil Sharpson is a favorite author of mine, but I want to have read it more than I actively want to read it. That makes sense to someone out there. I want to read. I think this is a more interesting concept, but that might only be because I don't really understand what this concept is. I've read the first chapter of both in some kind of trying a chapter TBR video. This one I remember starts with a woman like waking up and she died and just like crawl out of somewhere, and the people only help the dead on the island. So, okay, also, this fits for my bingo board that I'm running out of time to complete. A story about death. That is one of my favorite things. This one revolves around nature, and it is a story about nature. This is about climate change specifically. And the first chapter was really intriguing. There was a woman who was getting some type of eye surgery or facial surgery from a which is AI that she helped train. And now the AI are taking over. And she ends up going into a botanical garden, a refuge where forest streams and animals flourish. When her children come under threat, May is forced to put her trust in a of uncertain motives to save her family. Helen Phillips wrote one of the only children-focused horror novels I've ever loved. If the need is considered horror, like horror, sci-fi, whatever. I don't actually think either of these, just upon reading the first chapter, I don't think either of them will be 5 stars, but I think they'll both be 4s. So it's really hard to decide, but I think clearly I just talked myself into And I have graphics that I'm working on as the end of the year approaches where I need to fill out different colors for different pages. And I think the green page has more space than the red page, if I'm remembering correctly. I'm not even gonna think about if there's any other books on my TBR that fit the challenge. Like these 2 are so perfect. If I DNF this at any point and I don't want to continue, then I have the Burial of Tide as a good backup. Something that's really interesting about this book is it's science fiction. So obviously we're in like a future where things look different. But it's not just commentary on AI. Obviously AI controls like every single aspect of life, but also it's very much reflective and a commentary on today and consumerism. Like the amount of ads that she is experiencing in a day and the amount that she is encouraged to spend is so real. It's coming directly from the AI. Like everything that she's doing, she's talking to an AI and she's being advertised stuff just by this like voice constantly in her life everywhere she goes. There are these robots who are like, did you know that there's this face cream that can make you look younger? Did you know there's this hand cream that can make you look younger? Did you know that when you look at a woman, you can tell how old she is based on her hands? Do you want to buy some lotion? Do you want to buy some anti-aging cream? And it's exactly like advertising is now. It's just more overt. That is what ads are saying to us. They are constantly advertising to our insecurities. Marketing professionals are paid millions of dollars a year to say, hey, you're ugly, without actually saying those words. Campaigns for how can we sell sell this thing? How can we make people buy more? How can we make everybody feel like they have to look a certain way? And what she's doing right now in the story is there's this botanical garden she wants to go to. But in order to go there and visit with her children, she has to buy like new shoes to go walking. She has to buy like this kind of survival pack in case anything goes wrong. So in her bid to connect more with nature, she's still giving into consumerism because that's just this entire lifestyle. I'm approaching the end of the book already. And look, I went and got groceries. Matches my book. It was meant to be. Obviously, there's so much commentary in here that I think a lot of people can relate to. If not relate to, recognize it in somebody that they know. Like, she decides to leave her technology behind. You know, the constant like push and pull of wanting to be informed and everything being on your phone. Like your wallet is now on your phone and keys to your house is on your phone. Everything you need, every little bit of knowledge is right in your hand. And so, but you want to connect more to nature. You want to be outside. You want to be enjoying stuff. So when they go to this park, they realize that they don't really actually know their north, west, south, and east. I said that weirdly, without their phones. And when she, it's to the point where her children are separated from her for a portion of time in the park. And the hum, or like the, stand-in for a park ranger, needs to prove her identity. And she can't just do that with her identification. She has to prove it with like more than that. Because everyone's questioning, like, well, why would you not have your phone with you? Like that could prove your identity so easily, but she's just trying to be a normal person in the normal world. And I think there is that constant struggle for a lot of people with needing technology, wanting technology, but also appreciating and enjoying the world around us. But everything in here is an elevated, exacerbated hyperbole of reality, and I think it's really kind of fun but also strange. And when I'm reading books that would be put in like the weird category, I want them to be short because you don't want too long to get used to the situation. I don't want a book like this to be 400 pages. It's just like before I can even understand what's happening, it's over. The world is very clear of what is happening, but there's something ominous and vague about the language that it's written in, and I think it's really fun. Because of course I didn't just hang up and put away enough clothes. I just got a package from Aerie. I have 2 more sweater shirts to add to the collection. You know me and buying, like once I realize something is perfect, I want it in every color. This is my current favorite sweater. It's like super lightweight. It's really good to wear in like a ski lodge or over to somebody's house without feeling like I have a sweater on and I'm overheating. But it's also long enough that it covers my butt, but it's not any of their like really oversized wide ones. It like fits me perfectly, but it's also thin. Like it's a really open knit. Is that what you call it? I don't know, but it is probably actually my favorite thing that I now own from Aerie, more so than the little cardigans, more so than the, shirt with the collar that I own in 10 different colors. So I got it in a navy blue and I got it in white. I feel like these are versatile enough to wear with jeans or leggings or whatever. I finished my book and I'm gonna give it the same rating as I gave Veronica Speedwell. We have 2 3.75 stars in this video. And I am wondering, like I always wonder when I get to December, is there anything that is going to make it to my top 10 of the year? Because part of me always wants to pre-film and get things ready early, but I can't because I don't know, like I could have a favorite in the very last week of the year and we're approaching the end of the year and I just can't imagine anything now makes the favorites list, but I can't film it. Like that one I have to film on the day that it goes up. Same with the everything I read this year in books. I have to wait until like the very last day. This one, there was a chance, the first half of it really intrigued me. The second half kind of went downhill, and what was promised in the synopsis as far as the danger, that wasn't really what the plot was. I would say her parenting got called into question more than anything. Like that's what the story was kind of revolving around near the end. And the children did get annoying, but that's pretty par for the course in speculative fiction. This was a really on-the-nose commentary about AI and about advertising, predatory advertising specifically, in the same way that I feel like we watch influencers and we forget because we're let into their lives so much, and like lifestyle content creators, we forget that they're actually hawking product and they're making a lot of money in some cases off of us. And here the AI has become that, something that is so regular in her life, and because it acts so human-like and offers her comfort and knows everything about her and is like kind of a friend. Once it starts advertising to her and preying upon her insecurities, it's like so difficult for her to even recognize what that is, and she sees it as just a friend talking to her. She and her husband are at odds throughout the story, which I liked because it felt like in a realistic way, or in a recognizable way rather, like they are working as a team and they love each other and they love their children, but the world is in such a state that it has fractured their relationship in a lot of ways, and they're struggling to stay connected and to agree on everything that they're doing, especially when you add kids into the mix. Like, you don't realize how many differing opinions you might have, the things you've never discussed that you never thought to discuss with your partner. I also like that this isn't so far in the future. She talks about how she remembers trees and she remembers forests. So her childhood wasn't too long ago and wasn't too far away from our current reality, which makes this feel even like closer in the future than I felt like maybe it was set. This is a hard book to write the synopsis for. Like, I don't know who. It's interesting to think like somebody had to read this book and then write a way to describe it, but then also, like in so many books, you have to toe the line of like describing it accurately, not spoiling anything, but also making it sound like exciting. And this isn't necessarily an exciting book. So I think that the synopsis promises something a little more elevated than what the story actually offers. It was a lot more mundane, I think, than I expected. I still had a good time with it. 3.75 is nothing to scoff at. I'm happy that I checked this off my list, and oh my god, I did it! I completed everything in the Buzzword Reading Challenge for cover prompts and title prompts. And actually my mom did too, the cover prompts, without planning to, without probably knowing it. She hit every single one of these just by happenstance. And then she almost did all of the title ones. I think she missed some of like the word specific ones rather than the themes. Like the themes are kind of easy to hit, but she didn't get truth or lies or with, and didn't get any animals in the titles. But obviously she wasn't trying to do the reading challenge. I think it's crazy that she got never, she got two, got thing, did punctuation, and now we're starting fresh with a pink board for 2026. And I would love for you to let me know if there's anything you would like to see differently with these vlogs next year. We're gonna do them monthly again. Hopefully at the beginning of the month. It's gonna be my first vlog of every month, because a lot of people said like this vlog helps remind them of what the prompts are for the month, or that they need to accomplish it, or like gives them some inspiration. If you want anything to be different, if you want, I can't even think of anything. Like, do you want to know the books that I'm reading in the video? Do you want the thumbnail? Do you prefer the thumbnails where you can see the books or where they're hidden from you? Do you like when I know my TBR from the beginning or I find it out in the video? Do you prefer when I go to the bookstore and buy something for the video or get it off my TBR shelf? Do you want the book shopping portion to be at the beginning, or do you want it to be in the middle? Do you want, I had a lot of questions come in, that little interview with my mom. A lot of people have questions that are just like about her and her reading journey in general. Do you want me to do one specific episode where we do an interview or should I slip a couple questions into each vlog? Like, I don't know. Should we add more challenges on top of the challenges? Is there anything you'd like me to have to do in the vlogs? Is there anything that can make this more exciting for you? I've always shied away from videos where I only read like 1 to 3 books because I feel like they're not as entertaining or interesting, but I have leaned into them this year and I will continue to do that. But if there's anything you think would add some entertainment value, I mean, let me know how I can please you. Let me know how you did. Let me know which challenge was the hardest for you to accomplish. For me, I guess my best reads of the year for the cover challenge, I guess it was just last month with Food and Drink, because I read Your Favorite Scary Movie, which I originally said was a 5-star. I have brought it down to a 4.5. And then for the title challenge, I had a 5-star with The Ornithologist Field Guide to Love, which is gonna be in my like top 10 of the year. I can't imagine it not being there. The ones that were the hardest for me were definitely Never. Like, finding a book with Never in the title was practically impossible that I was interested in. And then for cover, I don't think anything was that challenging. Maybe Transportation if I had to pick one, because there's not a lot of books that have a lot of vehicles in general, especially ones that have a plot that I'm interested in. My worst reads for the challenge were The Fucking Wishing Game. I can't believe I read that for this. And Water Moon. Yeah, so back-to-back months did not go super well for me with that. But I still had so much fun, and I'm excited to see what 2026 brings us. If you haven't seen the announcement video, I will link it down below. And I will see you then. Well, I'll see you before then, but I'll also see you in January for the 2026 kickoff to the reading challenge. Bye!